In order to welcome our august gathering today and also to set the tone for today's function, may I now request ED-PCRA Shri Naveen Gulati ji to kindly present the welcome address. Shri Naveen Gulati.
It is my proud privilege and immense pleasure to welcome you all to the inaugural ceremony of Saksham 22. We are especially honored on this occasion for the inspiring leadership of our Honorable Minister, Shri Hardeep Singh Puri ji, Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas and Housing and Urban Affairs, and Honorable Shri Rameshwar Teli ji, Minister of State, Petroleum and Natural Gas and Labour and Employment, who have entrusted us with the task of organizing Saksham 22 in a grand manner. I heartily welcome Shri Pankaj Jain, Secretary, Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, and Chairman-PCRA as our Chief Guest and express gratitude for his guidance and support. I also welcome Shri Amarnath, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, and Vice Chairman PCRA for his direction and motivation. I take this opportunity to welcome Shri Praveen Khanuja, Director General PPAC, Shri S.M. Vaidya, Chairman IOCL, Shrimati Alka Mittal, CMD ONGC, Shri Manoj Jain, CMD GAIL, whose presence on this occasion is very significant for driving this national campaign. I welcome Shri Sunil Kumar, Joint Secretary Refineries MOPNG, whose support and guidance is vital in planning and organization of this campaign. I also welcome Shri Siddharth Mishra, SLC Delhi. I welcome all distinguished invitees from MOPNG, oil and gas companies, other ministries, state governments, and the media who have joined in person or are participating online in this inaugural ceremony of Saksham 22. Last but not the least, I welcome the eco-warriors and the professors from prominent colleges of Delhi University who help us in spreading the message of conservation. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning to all of you. We celebrate Quality of Air. During Saksham this year, it has been planned to organize driving contests for CNG vehicle in 25 cities, having CGD network across the country. A special emphasis is given to on energy transition by organizing a series of webinars in association with oil companies. We drive the Saksham mission of mass awareness through print, electronic and social media. During Saksham 21, about 1.75 lakh programs were organized to propagate the message of energy conservation to more than 63 million people. This year's Saksham is expected to outperform the previous edition in terms of mass outreach. It is the joint effort of all oil and gas companies, institutions, the state governments, voluntary organizations, citizens, and the media to earnestly contribute towards making Saksham a grand success and work towards the vision of energy security, energy access, and energy sustainability for our country. Jai Hind.
Such valuable information about various efforts by PCRA which were aimed with Saksham is celebrated and how the message of fuel conservation and sustainability is spread among the masses. May we request everyone to kindly take
Association PCRA under the aegis of Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. Let us have a look on the glimpses of Saksham 2021. Inaugural function all over India at various and industry sectors. The message of fuel conservation and sustainability is also conveyed through mass awareness and participatory activities like Saksham Cycle Day, e-cyclothon for fuel conservation, CNG car rally and CNG auto rally to promote green fuel, efficient truck driving contest on how to save fuel, free PUC check for keeping environment pollution in check, agriculture workshop for farmers for fuel conservation, debate competition, quiz and essay competition, and group talk for school and college students, group talk for housewives, group talk at RO for educating them on fuel conservation, graffiti competition, how to save LPG through LPG Panchayat in villages, pollution checking of equipments in plant to save energy, workshop for engineering students, technical workshop industry, Workshop for STU fleet operators conveying various techniques to save fuel. Newspaper clips emphasizing on conserving fuel as well as environment and validatory function, and many more to convey the message of conservation to all citizens. Let us now once again step towards Saksham 20 Ka Amrit Mahotsav through green and clean energy.
What a wonderful video. Celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
Are limited, but our fuel consumption is increasing rapidly. India still relies on imports to meet a large amount of our requirement of petroleum products. The excessive use of fossil fuel leads to pollution and also increases our carbon footprint. The Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas has undertaken an initiative called Sanrakshan Shamta Mahotsav or Saksham, which is being organized from 11th to 30th April this year. During this period, a number of activities will be undertaken across the country to create awareness about the need of conservation of fossil fuel and also ways to enhance fuel efficiency. Your participation in this movement would help us in achieving the objectives of Saksham. Thank you.
For Petroleum and Natural Gas and Labour and Employment, Shri Rameshwar Teli. Please take a look at this video.
नमस्कार प्रिय मित्रों, ईंधन वृद्धि हो रही है। पेट्रोलियम और प्राकृतिक गैस मंत्रालय ने संरक्षण क्षमता महोत्सव यानी कि सक्षम नामक कार्यक्रम की पहल की है, जिसे इस साल 11 से 30 अप्रैल तक मनाया जाएगा। इस दौरान जीवाश्म ईंधन के संरक्षण की आवश्यकता और ईंधन दक्षता बढ़ाने के तरीके के बारे में जागरूकता पैदा करने के लिए देश भर में कई गतिविधियां शुरू की जाएगी। इस जन आंदोलन में आपकी भागीदारी से हमें सक्षम के उद्देश्यों को प्राप्त करने में मदद मिलेगी। जय।
Pledge. First and foremost, may I request everyone amongst our audience members to kindly rise, and at the same time I request our chief guest, Secretary Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas and Chairman-PCRA, Shri Pankaj Jain, to kindly administer.
I shall read this pledge in English. I would request you to please repeat after me. We do hereby solemnly pledge that we shall be continuously striving to conserve petroleum products in all spheres, last longer for the progress of our country. We will shoulder the responsibility of a good citizen and endeavor to create awareness among the masses to avoid wasteful use of petroleum products so as to build a new and healthy India for our future generations by ensuring a better environment. Okay.
84% of our households. LPG is a very sensitive sector for our economy, and therefore PCRA has taken the initiative of seeding a culture of energy efficiency at plant level in this industry. LPG bottling plants. Today, we are launching the Energy Efficiency Index program for LPG bottling plants. May we request Secretary Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas to formally launch Energy Efficiency Index program by releasing a brochure on this occasion. May we also request the other dignitaries to kindly please join in. Ladies and gentlemen, आपकी ओर से तालियों का साथ चाहिए. And a round of applause to the working group of the industry which assisted PCRA during the analysis and development. Shri A.K. Samantre, Chief General Manager IOCL. Shri Sandeep Sahu, Chief Manager IOCL. Shri Vilas Pakrabe, General Manager B. कुछ ऐसे काम जो कि बहुत उम्दा रहे, उन्हें अवार्ड करना उनकी सराहना करना हमारा फर्ज है। तो आइए उसके साथ शुरुआत करते हैं। सबसे पहले हम चीफ गेस्ट महोदय से निवेदन करते हैं कि कृपया सर आप आगे आएं और जितनी भी हमारे डिग्निटरीज हैं वो हमें ज्वाइन करें। So that with your permission, PCRA has analyzed the energy performance of 198 LPG bottling plants across all 3 OMCs, IOCL, BPCL and HPCL. Awards will be presented to the LPG bottling plant for their best energy efficiency index. So ladies and gentlemen, the prize for best energy efficiency index amongst BPCL LPG bottling plants goes to BPCL Sultanpur LPG plant with an EEI score of 43.23. May I request Shri Mole Adhikari, Plant Manager BPCL, to receive the award, accompanied by Shri Santosh Kumar, ED in charge LPG BPCL. Zordar taaliyan. Many congratulations. Many congratulations. The prize for best energy efficiency index amongst HPCL LPG bottling plants goes to HPCL Hazarwadi LPG plant. With many congratulations on the achievement. बहुत शुभकामनाएं, बहुत बधाई और एक बहुत अच्छी अचीवमेंट। Moving on, the prize for best energy efficiency index amongst IOCL LPG bottling plants goes to Indian Bottling Plant Farrukhabad with an EEI score of 81.24. Zordar taaliyan. We request Shri Neeraj Kumar Singh, Senior Plant Manager IOCL, to receive the award, please. बहुत बधाई। And now we move on to the Transport Awards to state transport undertakings for achieving best performance in fuel efficiency under various parameters, to encourage STUs and their personnel for achieving fuel savings by improving their kilometer per litre performance. Corporation, Zordar taaliyan. We will request Shri Shivayogi C. Kalasar, IAS and Managing Director, KSRTC, to kindly receive the award. They have improved their fuel efficiency by 6.55%. We request the MD to certificate and check of 5 lakh rupees. Zordar taaliyan. Many congratulations on the achievement.
Yes, sir. Excuse me.
बहुत शुभकामनाएं. So this was the first prize. The second prize in for maximum KMPL improvement for STUs under rural category and having more than 3,000 buses in operation on average basis per month goes to Kerala State Road Transport Corporation. Zordar taaliyan इनके लिए. May I request Shri Chandra Babuwar, Executive Director Technical, to kindly receive the award. They have improved their fuel economy by 4.75%. There will be a certificate and a check of 3 lakh rupees which will be presented. Zordar taaliyan. बहुत बधाई, बहुत शुभकामनाएं. Now moving forward, there will be a certificate and check of 4 lakh rupees. जोरदार तालियां सबकी ओर से. यह प्रथम पुरस्कार और इसके बाद द्वितीय की ओर आगे बढ़ते हैं. The second prize for the STUs under rural category and having up to 3,000 buses in operation for maximum KMPL improvement goes to, ladies and gentlemen, the second prize goes to Tamil Nadu State Transport Corporation Coimbatore Limited. Zordar Taliyan. Shri A. Arumugam, Managing Director, will receive the award, certificate and a check of 2 lakh rupees. Many congratulations on the achievement. Check of 2 lakh rupees and a certificate. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we move on now. The first prize for achieving maximum KMPL during 2021. Check of 3 lakh rupees and a certificate is being presented to Tamil Nadu State Transport Corporation, Kumbakonam. बहुत बहुत बधाई, बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं. Yes, sir. Check of 3 lakh rupees is being presented. Many congratulations on the achievement. We move on to the second prize now for achieving maximum KMPL during 2021, and this goes to Tamil Nadu State Transport Corporation Salem Limited. Zordar taaliyan inke liye. Shriya Mohan, Managing Director, will receive the award. Very well deserved. Check of 3 lakh rupees again and a certificate as we felicitate Tamil Nadu State Transport Corporation Salem on the achievement. दोस्तों तालियों में कमी है, पर जोरदार तालियां सबकी ओर से. This is exemplary work. This is for the wonderful work that has been received the award for. Many congratulations to Hindustan Organic Chemicals Limited. एक बार जोरदार तालियां होनी चाहिए. Many congratulations on this wonderful achievement. In infrastructure sector, the award for best implementation of PCRA's energy audit recommendations goes to HIL Limited, Thiruvallur. May I request Shri Vishal Verma, DGM Operations, to receive the award on behalf of Shri Gangadhar. बहुत बहुत बधाई, बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं. Many congratulations on this wonderful achievement. We move on. In iron and steel sector, the award for best implementation of PCRA's energy audit recommendations. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a big applause? Now the final set of awards, which are the awards to state governments and oil and gas industry. During Saksham 2021, numerous fuel conservation campaigns and activities were carried out. Kapil Mohan, IAS, Additional Chief Secretary, Government of Karnataka, will receive the award. We will request you, sir, to receive this award. Many congratulations और जोरदार तालियों का साथ सबकी ओर से. Government of Karnataka. बहुत शुभकामनाएं, बहुत बधाई. And this also calls for a picture perfect moment. Ladies and gentlemen, continuing with the awards, we move on. Government of बहुत शुभकामनाएं.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Many congratulations. Moving on, Government of Himachal Pradesh receives the award for their role in spreading the awareness for oil and gas conservation to the people of Himachal Pradesh. May I request Sri Kalyan Chand Chaman, IAS, Director, Food, Civil Supplies and Consumer Affairs, Government of HP, to kindly receive the award, please. जोरदार तालियों का साथ सभी की ओर से Government of Himachal Pradesh. Many congratulations on the achievement. Taken by oil and gas companies, fuel efficient driving contests, LPG panchayats, campaign at RWA club societies, NGOs, groups, public seminars and discussions. In addition, mega media campaigns, example talk shows and jingles on TV, radio, article writing competition in the newspapers, and extensive social media campaigns. Ladies and gentlemen, under the Best Overall Performance Award for SLC or State Level Coordinators for Oil Marketing Companies, the award for SLC active over 7,500 fuel conservation campaigns in schools and colleges. Many congratulations on the achievement. आगे बढ़ते हैं और अब बारी आती है हमारे अगले अवार्ड की इसी सेगमेंट में. Ladies and gentlemen, SLC Himachal Pradesh has bagged the award under the Best Overall Performance in Small State UT category. They have carried out 212 group talks for LPG users during Saksham 2021. Requesting Shri Ajay Pratap Singh, Divisional Retail Sales Head, NSLC Himachal Pradesh, to receive the award. जोरदार तालियां हिमाचल प्रदेश के लिए, SLC Himachal Pradesh. और इसके बाद हमारे फाइनल 3 अवार्ड्स जो कि अवार्ड्स हैं ऑयल मार्केटिंग कंपनीज के. The awards to OMC's upstream and midstream sector. Under the Best Overall Performance Award for as the winner during Saksham 2021, they have carried out societies, etc. May I request Sri Shrikant Madhav Vedya, Chairman IOCL, who's already there with us on the dais, to kindly receive this award, please. Chairman IOCL, Sri Shrikant Madhav Vedya, receiving the award. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on, amongst the oil and gas PSUs in upstream midstream sector, the award for the best overall performance goes to ONGC, which has carried out 970 activities during Saksham 2021 with special emphasis on media campaign. Dr. Alka Mittal, CMD ONGC, who's there with us on the dais, will now receive this award. Ladies and gentlemen, जोरदार तालियों का साथ होना चाहिए, बहुत जोरदार. Many congratulations, heartiest congratulations to ONGC for this wonderful achievement. Many congratulations. So after this picture perfect moment, last but not the least, Special Mention Award. Special Mention Award is being given to GAIL for their by organizing many CNG rallies across the country during Saksham 2021. May I request Sri Manoj Jain, CMD GAIL, to kindly receive this award. सबकी ओर से
Yes, sir. Wait.
Many congratulations to all the award winners. बहुत बधाई सभी विजेताओं को और हमारे डिग्निटरी सभी विजेताओं को इस ऐतिहासिक विजय की, इस विजय की बहुत बधाई है. So we hope and pray that this good work continue learning also at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, after the awards distribution ceremony, which will be presented by our chief guest, Secretary, Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas and Chairman, PCRA.
Chairman, Indian Oil Corporation, CMD, ONGC, Chairman Gale, State Level Coordinator for Delhi, my colleagues from the Ministry, Amarnath Ji, Praveen Kanuja, and Joint Secretary Refinery, Sunil Kumar, EDPCRA, representatives from the state governments, all those who have joined here today from the various oil industry, representatives both from upstream as well as OMCs, as well as from the gas companies. I think it's an absolute delight today to be here, and in this short, the function itself may appear to be short, but the idea is a very powerful idea. The whole intent behind conservation, perhaps in so many ways, I think the whole terminology petroleum conservation is in so many ways, somewhat jaded, somewhat outdated, because the whole idea of conservation today needs to be extended to all facets of our energy use. Now, when I say this, there are reasons why. Some of those may be obvious to you. We have talked about high cost, we have talked about environment, but I think a point which the Honorable Minister also mentioned, at the end of the day, almost all fuels tend to be finite resources. And if we are not careful, we will ensure that we run out of them in a manner which is not appropriate. We are actually taking away the same from our future generations. And therefore, particularly when we talk of fossil fuels, we need to be extra careful that there is efficiency in use. And this message needs to be reinforced again and again and again. And the reason for that is, A, there is a generational change which happens. B, new users come into it. I mean, after all, just look around you. The number of new users of Ujjwala alone have been something like 9.5 crore users have got added in Ujjwala. How many of them would really be as familiar as you and I may be in terms of efficiency in use, which is possible in LPG? How many of us would be as familiar about the calibrations required as we move on to alternate fuels, as we move on to biofuels? What is it that may be required to be done differently when we are using piped natural gas versus when we are using LPG? The whole idea, therefore, is that our knowledge base, personally ourselves, it has to improve, and what we disseminate about it also has to change. Because what may have worked for one particular fuel earlier may or may not work in exactly the same manner when the basic fuel itself has changed. And it is no longer just about a carbon molecule. As we are going to move to fuels like ethanol, we are going to move to fuels like hydrogen, we are going to be adopting things like fuel cell technologies in our vehicles. The whole idea of conservation in use, conservation in storage, conservation in terms of efficiencies are going to take on new meanings and will require new understanding. It will require a new set of knowledge and a new set of learnings to be first internalized and then making it available to a larger audience. Let's also understand another trend which is happening. We talk about it occasionally, maybe not enough. What we see is that in our households, particularly as we move away from firewood, we move away from cow dung, it is not going to be a 0-1 situation. We are going to see what is often referred to as fuel stacking. Different fuels in the same kitchen being used for different kinds of cooking requirements. You know this intuitively, but you're going to have to understand this a little better so that the messaging again gets nuanced according to the needs and according to delivering maximum bang for the buck, as they say, maximum efficiency gains, minimum cost, and more durability, more sustainability. So therefore, perhaps there is a need for us to also review how we move on in terms of what is it that we want to do about energy. If I look at our state transport undertakings, there was a time when saving on petrol, saving on diesel, saving on lubricants was important. Going ahead, some of them or many of them will start moving on to fuels like LNG. Now, LNG is a very, very different fuel. What happens when you start using LNG? How can you then calibrate your consumption of this new fuel is going to be an entirely new learning curve. So the idea, therefore, of conservation needs to be much more in terms of conceptualizing in our mind that there are going to be multiple differentiated learning curves for every fuel and for every customer. A standard templated approach in terms of assuming that everybody is going to use kerosene or everybody is going to use LPG or everybody is going to use petrol may perhaps not sustain us very well, may not take us very far. So going ahead, this whole activity of conservation in use of energy, conservation around storage of energy, conservation around transportation of energy, around transmission of energy, is perhaps an area which all of us need to work much more. We need to do much more application of mind, and I'm sure that entities like PCRA would continue to be at the vanguard of driving this change, and with all in partnership with all of you. You've already, the prize winners, I think, have laid down the path for us. They have been trailblazers. We look forward to actually they continue to be doing so, even as we make shifts in terms of what is going to power our economy in the future. We had made it to this podium finish, but I'm sure that in the years to come, we will see many new ideas, many new players coming in to make their mark. So thank you very much. It's been an absolute delight.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your kind thoughts, views, and knowledge with all of us, and for enlightening us with valuable insight.
To propose vote of thanks for the inaugural function of Saksham 2022. We are extremely thankful to our Honorable Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Housing and Urban Affairs, Shri Hardeep Singh Puri ji, for his insightful message, stressing the need for conservation of fossil fuels and for increasing the fuel efficiency. We are also thankful to our Honorable Minister of State for his message for spreading awareness on fuel conservation through various activities during Saksham 2022. We are thankful to the dignitaries on the dais, Additional Secretary Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas and CBO, Shri Amarnath ji, Director General PPAC, Shri Praveen Anuja ji, Chairman and Managing Director, Indian Oil Corporation, Shri S.M. Vaidya ji, Chairperson and Managing Director, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, Dr. Alka Mittal ji, Chairman and Managing Director, Gas Authority of India Limited, Shri Manoj ji, and Joint Secretary Refineries, Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Shri Sunil Kumar ji. Sirs and ma'am, we thank you for gracing the occasion, and your trying presence here will motivate the teams to take Saksham to the new heights this year. I am thankful to ED-PCRA, Shri Naveen Gulati ji, for his close involvement and hand-holding in conduct of today's program. We are thankful to the senior officials of the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, senior officials from the state governments, senior officials from oil and gas companies who are present here, and also the awardees who are present here for their taking their time out and gracing the occasion.
सही है, टैलेंट का कोई जवाब
No, there was a pamphlet there. I saw your pamphlet also.
Actually, we need
Yes, I've got it.
because actually the guidelines of PNGR as they stand today is what is notified is that you can commission a connection by modifying the LPG stove. So, means although we have been trying hard, but we have not been able to push this idea, and the efficiency gap is enormous. Nearly 30% of efficiency gap is there between a modified LPG stove and a PNG stove.
This was done by IIP Dehradun and PCRA.
We have written to PNGR, but we need quite a bit of effort to get these things done. It's a chicken and egg situation. They say the product is not there, the product is not there, but if the market is not there, if you don't push it, you won't get the market.
He is from IIP Dehradun.
Right.
Yeah, this is the stove dedicated to PNG users, and this is 30% more efficient than the in-use PNG stoves in the market. So this has been developed with the funding of PCRA by Indian Institute of Petroleum Development. So we have recently done an MOU with EESL, sir, and they are going to market 10 lakh these stoves in the market in the coming year. So as you know, the prices are going up. So in that scenario, this will be really a good situation for the customers as well as for the country, because it is going to save the national reserves of 30%, around 30%.
Is the capital cost same as?
Is it same as compared to the LPG?
Okay.
And it is available in all the designs and models. It is available in the steel body, glass, body, everything. Even we are working on the hobs also, sir. So hobs and also the commercial ones. And we have taken patent.
certification.
Yeah.
नहीं सर ये अभी उसमें स्टेज में नहीं पहुंचा, दैट इज ओनली फॉर एलपीजी स्टोव एज ऑफ नाउ.
I should go for that.
So basically van because the target.
Give me a card. Okay.